Hey, so today I wanted to talk to you about common resume mistakes. I recently did this survey of over 200 professionals and I asked them what their biggest challenge, frustration, or problem was when it came to writing their own resume. And almost everyone responded back that they were worried about mistakes, spelling and grammar mistakes, leaving out words that they needed to include in their resume, it not being concise, not having specific keywords, not writing it the right way. So there was a myriad of things that people were concerned about, but they all kind of fell under that same umbrella of being worried about making mistakes on their resume. So last week I set it out to write an article that outlined the top 10 resume mistakes that I see on resumes and how to address those. And I wanted to go over a couple of them with you today. So the first mistake that I see on a lot of resumes, still even with all the resume advice that's out there, is objective statements. And one of the reasons why this is a big mistake when it comes to your resume is because you're selling yourself short by focusing on what you want on your resume versus how you can meet the needs of the employer. An objective statement normally says something like, to use my experience and expertise to the benefit of a company, to have a stable career, to grow, things like that that are kind of you focused as opposed to employer focused. So what you can do instead of using an objective statement is to put a position title at the top of your resume. There's nothing wrong with clarity. Actually, clarity will benefit you on your resume. So be very specific. Put the exact position title right at the top of your resume. And then follow that with a branding statement that is about how you add value and benefit to the employers that you work for. This is really important because it gives the employer a picture of what you're capable of doing for them, not just what you want for you, but what you can bring to them. And that's really important. The second mistake I see a lot is a very generalized, sweeping overview of your career summary. And a lot of people will kind of just write in very generic language an overview of the last 10 to 20 years of their career. And while that may have worked 5, 10, 15 years ago, it doesn't work anymore. Employers don't want to see a generalized overview of the last 20 years of your career. Instead, what they want to see is industry-specific accomplishments, results, metrics, dollar figures, percentages, your personal brand, what you're known for, what you're going to bring to the company, how that's going to benefit them. Basically, you need to be as bottom line oriented as possible. And I even recommend doing it in a snapshot. It doesn't have to be a 5-sentence career summary. It can actually be little snippets of information and one-line bullet points or statements that really give them very specific, detailed metrics that prove that you provide value. Numbers are very hard to refute. They actually provide great proof. So I encourage you to use those on your resume in place of just this general summary that says, 20 plus years of experience in, XYZ, whatever it is that you do. So those are my 2 tips for 2 of the resume mistakes that I see the most often when I'm reviewing resumes. And I hope that will benefit you. And then check out the article, Top 10 Resume Mistakes That Are Costing You the Job, on my LinkedIn profile and our blog. The link is in the comments. Thanks.